it seems to me that a lot of people have forgotten what Cardano was about and what Cardano was actually built for. They want Cardano to be so much like other blockchains. They completely missed the point that Cardano was built for the future. It was built for the evolution of the crypto and blockchain industry that we are starting to enter already. And I want to talk about that in this video with you guys. There was actually an exchange going on with Crypto Crow and another person on Twitter. And I want to discuss this, but I also want to talk about a few things regarding Midnight to keep people updated here as well. And we do need to discuss some bigger picture, broader crypto market things that are very important. So if you guys are new or haven't already, show your support for the channel down below. Hit that subscribe button, that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So let's start bigger picture first of all. It seems like a lot of the things that were floated in late 2024 and early 2025 have been kicked to basically the back half of the year, or not even back half, couple months here. There was an announcement this morning that Warren Davidson teased a major announcement on the strategic Bitcoin reserve, which, if you guys remember, strategic Bitcoin reserve was something that was floated back in 2024, was announced in March of 2025, and there hasn't really been much surrounding that as of late. And maybe that's had to do with regulation, maybe it's had to do with the economy, whatever it might be. It truly seems like now we're getting to a point where crypto is a huge focus. We've heard it mentioned a lot recently by the current administration. We obviously know the Genius Act was already passed. The Clarity Act, it sounds like, has a likelihood of being passed in December. We're already starting to see altcoin ETFs come into play. So really the big crypto part of this administration is just starting to get underway. So that's a very promising sign. And hopefully this gives us some more clarity that we want surrounding the Bitcoin strategic reserve and digital asset stockpile, right? Now, secondly here, Bitcoin whale transactions over 100,000 and 1 million just spiked. This is from Sentiment. They said this week has a good chance of ending up as the most active whale week of 2025. Now, why this is so significant, I'm not sure if you guys remember, a few days ago, we showed what whale wallets were in fact doing. They're expanding. Their positions are increasing. They're actively buying right now while there's all this fear in the market. Go figure. That's what tends to happen. This is also, again, a big reason why I think that we have some sort of recovery bounce. Maybe these are short-term whales, maybe these are long-term whales, but they are building their positions nonetheless while there is this blood in the market. And I think that's a really, really important sign, right? It shows that they're not cowering in fear. They're taking this drop head on. Now, let's talk about Midnight here for a second, because for those that aren't familiar, the scavenger mine is now over. That did conclude yesterday. And so now we are waiting for this redemption phase to kick off in terms of Midnight. Now, Night token is set to launch on December 8th. That is also the day it's going to be going live on some of these other major exchanges. And I'm very curious to see what this launch is going to look like. Remember, when you are redeeming Night, and I'll do a video on, I think I'll do a video on Night redemptions once that time comes. It's not all of it at once. It's done in 4 separate periods. So just make sure you're not freaking out when that time does come. But this is going to be on our doorstep very quickly. Right now, it's the 20th. We're talking about only, 18 days away, 19 days away. So just be prepared for that. But here's the big thing we need to talk about. So Crypto Crow, Jason Appleton, he said, Cardano as a network is near complete and a secure framework unmatched by anyone. Laos will seal the loose ends. Midnight will become the primary use of Cardano and fuel ADA. Night isn't a replacement. It's a global use case in demand. And there was a post or comment by this guy. It said, after 5 years in this space and countless days of buying ADA and other alts, I can confidently say normal, regular people of the world don't give a shit about the utility of any crypto, nor do I see a future where they will, regardless of how great tech is. And this is, again, one of those posts where, not to dog on this person, but this is how I think a lot of people approach Cardano and ADA. They want it to be like these other blockchains. They look at the retail use in the space and they say, oh, Cardano's not getting that, so it's dog shit, right? The problem is what have I said for a long time? What have we talked about for years now? The big things that are going to bring Cardano online are enterprise and government. Enterprise and government. True world use case, true infrastructure. The crypto market is evolving. All right. This cycle, I think, has been a very clear indication of that. It's been very heavily institutional driven. It's been driven by enterprises. Not really much in terms of new retail entering the space. It's why we're still 6% of the world in adoption. So what is going to happen as we go through these years is the big enterprise and the governments are basically going to tell you who the big winners are in the space. if the Cardano blockchain is getting adopted by big enterprises for infrastructure, if it's getting adopted by governments for infrastructure, retail tends to flock to those assets. And if you're a hater, you may not want to hear it. Cardano is already being tapped in big ways by governments around the world and by enterprises around the world. All right. You may not see a lot of it right now, but there have been bits and pieces. Okay. Argentina, NASA, Dubai Police Force, right? And these may sound like small things, but they are true real world use cases of the Cardano blockchain. And it may not be the flashiest thing, right? It's not the fun, exciting alt seasons that we've had in the past. And I'm not saying those times are gone by any means. Understand that. When retail comes back to the space, when we have big injections of new users and new liquidity, not just the same people here now, they're going to flock to assets throughout the space. And we're going to probably see some pretty incredible performance crypto wide. Now, obviously, this isn't a guarantee or financial advice or anything like that. But when we're talking about the future of this industry, it's about blockchain use and adoption. Blockchain use and adoption. It's not about the fun flash in the pan coin that might run 100x. It's about what is truly getting use. And Midnight has basically just helped round out this ecosystem by giving it a privacy side that utilizes Cardano consensus. And, you know, it's funny because a lot of people are already starting to call Midnight a failure, but it's not even out yet. And it has over 100 partnerships. And what are we even doing here? I mean, it's crazy to me that people make such quick judgments on these things before they even see them in use. So that's the big thing I wanted to say is so many people are sleeping on the future and they're stuck in the now. They're stuck in the recency bias. They're stuck on what's happening in the crypto market. Oh, ADA went down 5% while this coin went down 4%. So ADA's bad, right? Like that crap makes no sense. Okay. We've also seen many times where ADA's outperformed other assets, but people are pretty quick to shut up when that happens. So we'll obviously see how this all shakes out, but the rest of this year and into 2026, we have basically, I don't want to say the final iteration of Cardano launching, but the true completion, the true launch of this ecosystem to really bring it into real world use. It's all happening right before us. So I appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.